There was always a little bit of, this could be great, this could be bad, depending on who's, with the fight stuff. So one of the things that I had to put in place if I was going to do this was that I was in charge of my own choreography.
Why do we train so hard?
So I can breathe.
Why do you need to breathe?
So I can think.
Why?
If I can breathe, I can think. If I can think, I can win.
That's the way, boy. Come on.
Now let's get it all in perspective.
So big MMA movie. You're actually playing the. I don't want to call you the villain. I haven't seen the movie yet, but you're playing the opponent in this movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Talk to me about this one because this looks intense, and I cannot wait to see this.
Yeah. This is pretty intense. I came on as my character is Xavier Grau. He's the one championship pound for pound greatest fighter in the world.
Nice.
So, and he's a world champion in his division, but he's also got the other accolade of, as I said, the pound for pound best fighter. So I came in, the producer, I got in contact with the producer got in contact with me. I went in and had a read with him and the casting director and whatnot, and then I got the role. But there was always a little bit of, this could be great, this could be bad, depending on who's, with the fight stuff. So one of the things that I had to put in place if I was going to do this was that I was in charge of my own choreography. And it turns out that Xavier Graf, there's two main tentpole fights in the film and another little one, but Xavier Graf does all of them. So it turned out that was the beginning of it, and then it moved into me choreographing all the fights from scratch. So they had a few things in place, but we in conversation with the producers and whatnot, it was determined that it's better to just start from scratch again. So I came on as the fight choreographer after I was cast as Xavier Grau, and we came to my gym, and Daniel MacPherson, who plays the lead here, he'd been training for a couple of years, but we brought him to the gym, and we moved around, got to see what his capabilities were, and then from there we redesigned all the action. My son Jalen actually doubled one of the other actors for one of the other main fights in the movie, so I get to actually fight my son for most of it, who did a fantastic job as doubling the actors. And then Daniel MacPherson, kudos to him, because he'd been training for a couple of years, so he's not a lifelong martial artist, but he is a competitive athlete from triathlons and things like that. So he had that mindset. And within his capabilities, he did a fantastic job. He never took a step back, as tired and fatigued as he got. And we were going hard sometimes, I know it's fight choreography, but we're throwing around. I'm throwing some kicks at him. I'm punching his arms, making sure I don't punch his head, and likewise he's doing the same to me. So we went really hard. So he did a fantastic job. But I think we got to choreograph something which really kind of honours the MMA world and the mixed martial arts world and all the fighters, and yet also make it exciting for film and television. Sorry, not television, for film and movies. So. Yeah, so look, I had a ball playing Xavier. I think I really kind of, was able to capture the heart and soul of what MMA fighting should be and what a champion feels on a daily basis. As I said, Daniel did a fantastic job, and we shot at One Championships in Thailand. That was a massive crowd, massive event. But I still haven't seen the movie yet. So.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
I still haven't seen it.
Okay.
but obviously I was there and doing all the stuff. So but as an entire movie, I haven't actually seen it all. But so I'm looking forward to seeing it too. But I'm hearing wonderful things. A lot of UFC fighters are coming out and speaking about it. A lot of press who have seen it are touting how good it is. So, but I'm sure I'll find out, and I'm sure I won't be disappointed. I know what we put into the fights. I know the design was great. There was a bit of push and pull when you're dealing with cameramen and DOPs who it's their first time shooting action. So there was a little bit of convincing with them to do how to kind of shoot stuff. And luckily the director saw things my way too, and we eventually got most of the footage shot how it should be shot. So, you know, there might be a few moments where it gets a little bit too close, but all in all, I think the film is fantastic. Tyler, the director, did a great job. Daniel did a fantastic job with his martial arts and his performance. Same with Luke Hemsworth. All in all, I'm hoping, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fantastic movie, mate.
Yeah, no. I can't say enough how much I'm looking forward to it. Now, of all the critics, Dana White's the biggest critic. And when I know you're familiar with the movie Warrior that came out years ago, and he said that he never really liked that movie. You think he's going to give his stamp of approval on this one?
Top 16 middleweights in the world. But when it takes all, I'm going to need a trainer of that much you were good at.
I hope so. In terms of the fight stuff, look, Warrior is a fantastic movie, and Gavin O'Connor is a fantastic director, and both Tom Hardy and Joel Edgerton, fantastic actors. But I honestly think, this is going to be on par in terms of the story and acting. But in terms of the martial arts, I think this is going to be well above what was in Warrior.
Look at this one. Look at that one. Look at this one. Look at that one. Look. Are you kidding me?
Hey, it's Bren Foster, and thank you for watching Kung Fu Chronicles.